My dreams for the future is to work with children and to have an impact on children's lives, to change their lives in a positive way. And my expectations is to... what can my expectations be?
I think when I'm older I'd like to work in a museum or possibly go into teaching, but I'm not quite decided yet. Is that okay? I don't know.
When I leave university, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I don't really have expectations or anything like that. I'll probably work in Asda for a little bit.
Well, hopefully in the future I'll be working, hopefully be happy, and if my dream is actually to be directing my own movie, so hopefully that'll be actually what I'll be doing in the future.
Well, my dreams and expectations of the future are to get into university. I'm on my interview day today, and to hopefully become a primary school teacher so that I can inspire the next few generations.
I expect to travel the world.
I am Andreas. Okay. I am from this place right here. It's called Bodo. It's in little north of middle of Norway. And I've lived here more or less all my life. And I've had a lot of interests. Among them, I want to become a psychiatrist. I want to become a singer, a musician. Some point I genuinely believe I wanted to be a bus driver or like a captain on a ship. But I think the most serious one was I wanted to become a computer programmer, which I obviously love doing, because it's problem solving. It's all about, and you get to create stuff. So I started to learn programming on my own, and I got a job. I got several jobs actually, and I figured, okay, this is all right. And I got a job in Spain. I went there. I worked for a while, and then I realized what I love about programming is it's not actually the process of programming. It's making stuff that I like to make for me or for others, not for my employer. So I realized, okay, I could do this as a hobby. I could do this on my own time, but I don't want to use my time and have to go to work every day for someone that tells me how to do my job. And if I don't believe in like a project I'm creating or something, it would be terrible. I wouldn't want to do that every day. So my expectation, my dreams is to find something I love doing and do it every day the rest of my life, because I think that will make me happy.
Isn't it lovely? You know, being outside in nature, just looking at the creation of something that may have been or may not have been God or the string theory. Yeah.
Well, my dream is to finish my university. I'm doing environmental management. I'm in my second year, and then I want to go to Africa and enroll in a volunteer program and work with animals and big cats especially. Finally, I'm hoping finally then settle down, have my own family, and continue doing what I like. Finding a job and then proceeding towards my dream of becoming a person interested in working with the environment, just staying in the nature and have no worries like in the modern society. Something simple for my life, but yet I enjoy it.
So, my name is William Brown, and I'm a senior lecturer in film here at the University of Roehampton, and I'm, as of this year, also programme convener for film. I feel like I'm continually becoming more and more stupid in a lot of ways. And what I mean by that is realising how utterly insignificant I am and how big the world is. And I think that it's a trope of childhood and adolescence and young adulthood to feel that the world is small and easy to get by in. And in effect to feel that when you turn up and someone say, hey, I'm here, everyone will be like, oh yeah, I've heard of you because of I don't know how. And in effect, the phrase that gets used is that somehow the world owes you a living, which it doesn't. So if you have big ambitions, think about how you need to be a team player, how you need to network, how you need to take advantage of every opportunity going, how you need to be without fatigue and full of energy at all moments in time and enthusiasm, and take advantage of everything in order to achieve it, whilst at the same time still creating your own thing. You've got to work your way into it. And if you just sort of turn up and say, hey everyone, look, I'm here, employ me, and we'll be like, all right, okay, get back to work. You've got to work at it. This is what I mean by taking it seriously.
These are all paintings I've done over the course of a year. You can see the development through one of the most simplest to some of the most complicated. They're all involving characters, fictional characters, and I've tried to develop some characters for a comic book. Started by sketching each and one of them and then developing their facial features and trying to make the best out of the tools I had. Starting from sketchy coloring all the way to a pencil and shading and random coloring. Most of them are I don't know, just kind of creepy and but I don't know, they're creepy but nice. Well, I personally think that a successful life depends on what each and every one of us finds interesting and likes doing every day. The thing that you wake up in the morning and you joyfully go to work, depending on what you like to do. I personally would enjoy just not having anything to do with the modern world, just live off my land and off my work that I put in to raise vegetables and all that. Self-sustaining is the word, and yet I'm trying to be sustainable, and that's it.
You know, you have to be very careful about the environment. Therefore, I always drive, environmentalist cars like Prius. What is success? I think that's a very interesting question. What is success? And I think it's a very common perception to think that success is when you have a lot of money, you have a big house, everybody knows who you are, like famous, and everyone wants to be you. And if that is your perception of success, then I do feel sorry for you, because firstly, that's never going to happen. Or if it does, if you do believe in yourself, you do have talent, you may make it happen. But if you go around and think this is the only thing that will make you this is the only thing that will bring success to your life, I think you will be miserable. Maybe if you do make it in the end, you will be miserable 90% of your life, and the last 10% you're really happy, and then you start hating the famous life you already made yourself.
success now has changed meaning for me. You know, there is no longer, I get frustrated when no one cares about my films, of course, but I'm also not particularly bothered about, you know, being famous. And don't feel that you're a failure if you're not that, and don't feel that the rest of the world is failing you because it doesn't give to you what you think it is supposed to. So you have to be driven by passion and projects that you really believe in. And I think that if you're driven simply by a desire, again, to return to this, and I don't know if this is true of anyone, but I wonder that some people think about it this way. If you're driven by a desire simply to be famous, you know, you should be on Britain's Got Talent or X Factor.
I think it's important for me to want to be me, and that's all that matters. And if I want to make myself a better person, it's not because, you know, my girlfriend is annoyed by me or my friends are annoyed by me. I need to be annoyed by me to like change myself. You realize that's the only thing that matters, because no one else is going to like genuinely look out for your interests before their own. So you need to do that yourself, right? And when you realize that, I think you come very far to success. And I think living a happy life, I think that is success. And to be able to do that, you need to be more comfortable with yourself, and you need to start, you know, not giving a shit about what other people think.
At the end of my life, I would advise people to just make their own mistakes without the fear of judgment, and so life will unveil to themselves.
I still have the same ambitions now as when I was 17, 18. And I still work towards them as much as I can, and with, you know, the ever decreasing amounts of energy that I have spare to do it. But you know, one has to learn either to be satisfied with the largeness of the world, or learn how to get around and to cope with and to get through the largeness of the world. But it is not small, it owes you nothing. And the quicker you realise that, the more time you give yourself in your life to get further. So that's...